Let's get into it. Soul Not For Sale podcast. Coach Colin here. We got the last one, ladies and gentlemen. This is the nail in the coffin. And then I won't be talking about Joe Rogan and Kash Patel until the next time Joe Rogan and Kash Patel sit down together, which I don't know if it will ever happen again, because I think Kash Patel he must realize that that appearance did not help. That did not solidify anything in anyone's mind to the positive towards him, the FBI, Epstein, nothing. It was a bad appearance. I just don't know why he did it. No clue. Wasn't the smartest thing to do. What he should have done? He should have went on there with Tulsi. The way Tulsi used to go on with Jocko, or Tulsi went on with BJ Penn. They should have done something like that, right? That would have been way better to do. But maybe Tulsi's like, no, I'm not ruining my reputation. I'm doing good at my job. I fired people. I'm doing what I have to do. Tulsi kind of went silent. She's like, I'm the real deep state now. I'm not doing Joe Rogan's podcast with you, Kash. Good luck. Good luck. Try to dress in athletic gear. They'll believe you more. But I just wanted to play this last video. Somebody just made this great compilation, and it just shows even more so the inconsistency in Kash Patel. I showed you one thing already between him and Pam Bondi, and their stories not matching up at all. But now somebody found even more. So let's get into it. Oh, that image scared you for a second, didn't it? That image made you pull back real quick, no? Like that's what it did to me when I saw it. I was like, whoa, hey, easy there. I know the haters are going to say it's Photoshopped. It's not Photoshopped. That's the original picture, guys. That's the original picture. It's fine. Anyway, let's jump into this video real quick so we can see the inconsistencies.
What did you think before you got in office? Did you think that Epstein was...
No. When you're in that kind of confinement, we call it solitary confinement, you're not supposed to have these things that you are able to. That's the whole point of the strict rules in there. You're not supposed to have 6 feet of cloth that you can from the ceiling so you can. This is prison 101. Yeah. So I agree with you. This doesn't look right. It doesn't look like.
What I was told, what I'd read, was that the guards were not paying attention or were sleeping.
Well,
right?
And in short order, you'll see it.
Is that correct?
Well, it's hard to surmise that from a video, right? Like,
right.
Where they like.
Do you know what happened to these guards? Supposedly they were going to get charged, but I've never heard anything that happened to these prison guards. Maybe we should try to find them and let's talk to them.
Do guards doze off on the night shift? Yeah, but no one can get in to the cell. And if they had gotten in to the cell, you would see it.
But we were told that the cameras were down.
Well, I don't know who said that.
But that was in the news.
In these units, there's supposed to be 24/7 guard duty on him directly. And from what I was able to learn in this, in the lead up to his, is the guard fell asleep. Now, I don't really buy that.
Are you familiar with Mr. Stu Peters?
Not off the top of my head.
You made 8 separate appearances on his podcast.
If there was a video of some guy or gal committing felonies on an island and I'm in charge, don't you think you'd see it?
If you have access to it.
If I have it, period.
Right.
If I have it.
There are tens of thousands of videos of Epstein with, and there are hundreds of victims, and no one victim will ever get released. It's just the volume, and that's what they're going through right now.
Is there footage?
Outside of, the only thing I can say right now is if there was footage of anyone doing anything else, we would have opened a case. When you see one, and that's what that was.
So there you have it. I was trying to find these interviews. I remember somebody in the comments, and shout out to you if you're listening out there. They were telling me about when he sat down with Glenn Beck and how there was a whole interview there. I could not find that interview. And then somebody put this together. You know, these are podcast appearances that he was making. And it just doesn't add up at all. The same thought process. At least, at the very least, explain your thought process. Like, that's what you go on Joe Rogan's show for. You go on Joe Rogan's show because you know you're going to be there for like 2 hours, maybe 3 hours. And you say, hey, okay, so this is how I used to think. And then when I got all the information, this is what my thoughts turned into. This is what I used to think about this situation. And then this, once I got all the information in front of me, this is what it turned into. At least do that. He doesn't do that at all. He just disregards and acts like he didn't say any of that stuff. He acts like it just went into the ether. Like none of us know about these appearances. Like no one can get access to this footage of him saying this stuff. Even in front of the senator. And let me tell you something, like I don't like this senator guy, whoever that guy is. I don't like him all that much, but at the same time, that scared you, huh? That scared you for a second. I got you. You jump scared you? But even that senator was like, do you know this podcaster? He's like, oh, not off the top of my head. So it's like, are you just like, I get it. You have to get through your confirmation. And I'm glad he did. I'm glad it wasn't someone that Trump didn't want. I'm glad it was someone that Trump actually wanted. But are you just straight up lying? Like bull-faced Gavin Newsom style lying at any turn? Because that's not what people wanted. And that's not what people were banking on. That's not what people were supporting him for at all. And I would add to that, that's not what Trump wants either. And I don't know the guy. I do a pretty good impression, okay? I do a pretty good. It's one of the best. I mean, I'm black, so a couple points off, I'll admit it, but it's one of the best. If I was a white guy like Shane Gillis, this would be the best Trump impression you've ever heard. Let's be honest, okay? But the thing about it, like, I bet Trump didn't want this either. Pete Hegseth, when you watch when you watch all of them, in fact, everyone's confirmation, none of them had to lie about stuff. Tulsi, RFK, none of them had to straight up lie about things that were easily Googleable and you can see. Even when RFK was called out about certain things, they're like, you said this. He's like, did I? It sounds like something I would say. Okay. Like he didn't just go, no, I didn't say anything like that. He's just like, it sounds like me. Did I say that? Okay. I guess I said that. I don't know. This confirmation of Kash is a surprising disappointment. I thought that this was the number one confirmation. I was like, this is the one that's going to it's just the biggest one, hands down. And it's just been so wildly disappointing. 100 and some odd days in, and this is what we're seeing. He's asked for another 100 days. You have to give it to him. Like, what's everybody going to say? No? But man, yeah, just a solid disappointment. But good job on whoever made this video. Account's called True Perspective. I saw it on Instagram and then jumped over to X to see if they had it there too, and they did. Small creator, but definitely a good job. Found some footage that I couldn't get a hold of and put it together beautifully. So shout out to them. Anyways, that is the last time I'm gonna talk about Kash Patel, Joe Rogan. That's the last time I'm going to bring it up until something else happens. Okay. I'll admit it. If there's a development or if Kash listen, there's been some of you in the comments and you're like, oh, this is 5D chess. Maybe he's not bringing it up because he can't and they're building a case and this and that. I hope. And if that's true, I'll come back and I'll do a video. I'll show clips of me talking a bunch of smack and I'll talk about how wrong I was. I would love to make that video, but we'll see. So far, this is just disappointing. Anyways, I'm out.